Welcome back to another episode of the Sweet Shots podcast. Lucas Johnson alongside Mark Johnson and Chuck Johnson. The boys are back after a little hiatus. Things got a little crazy there for a while, gents. Once that weather started getting nice, it was all hands on deck around here.
I've missed you guys.
Can't say the same, Chuck.
Thanks.
It was busy. Between travel, and we hosted a number of golf tournaments, high school tournaments here.
Yep.
That fell kind of when we'd normally be doing this, and it was all good things. It was all the things that pertained to golf and what we were doing that kept us from podcasting. But we're back. I was thinking we took the break because I was owning you guys.
Wow.
In fantasy.
Family wins.
Owning's
Finally, I think
strong
it's
word.
work. I mean, the Masters was. I mean, there's people that probably should have paid me to do their picks for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
Okay. All right, you can think that.
So you're saying we purposely didn't do podcasts to cut the mojo. Take you down a notch.
That's one theory. There are people in this
like
building.
a timeout in the basketball game.
Exactly.
T.O. baby.
We needed a TO.
That's it.
And there's people in this building that agree with that. It seems to be a little odd that we didn't carve out some space after one week.
He's rattled.
He's rattled.
He's rattled.
He's
We're back.
not focused anymore. No, I've missed this, guys. Thanks for bringing it back together, LJ.
Yep. No, this will be good. We've got to shake off the rust a little bit.
And we got a guest.
And we've got a great guest. Like we teased last week, we just had the airing of our segment of the Hole in One Show, with Dave Schultz with the Fargo Open at Sweet Shots. And next to us, we have the winner of that episode, Mr. Nick Johnson. Nick, welcome in.
Congrats. Yeah,
That's a heck of a win. Hang that on the mantle. A little hole in one show victory there.
Yeah, that's right.
It was impressive.
To clarify, did you make a hole in one?
I did not. I
Did not make
the hole in one. No, but tune in for the championship episode where I might have.
And when is that?
Oh,
That's
hang
coming
on.
up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
Okay.
I think there's 3 more and then the championship episode.
So if I understand, as the winner of the Sweet Shots portion, you're invited back, and then all the other clubs, whoever at FCC or Edgewood, all those guys come together.
Yep.
And then
all
you
the
guys
local
battle.
courses, and then us here at Sweet Shots, we all battle it out in the championship episode to
Mm-hmm.
take the title of the belt. Actually, they give you a belt.
You get a belt?
A hole-in-one belt. Yeah, hole-in-one show belt.
Did you get the belt?
You can't tell.
You can't know.
Please, LJ.
So just to
This is
recap, though,
big J journalism right here.
That's
Okay,
true.
I'm investigating.
to get on the show, you qualified here, right?
Yep.
We didn't just handpick, the best looking folks we could and put them on the show. You had to qualify.
Yep, had to qualify that close to the pin challenge out here using our technology. Had to qualify for that. They took the top 6, and then we went over and played Mapleton, and we aired the show.
So I was going to
qualifying. So sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
So it's how far was the shot for qualifying?
Out here?
150.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the distance of the.
Yeah, we built an entire green for that.
Okay, so 150. And did you have to pay to qualify, or is this
Yep, you had to pay.
like $5 just a couple
Oh,
shots?
it was spendy. I think it was $20 for 2 shots.
Okay, all right, okay.
And that money goes to charity.
Yep.
Okay,
Goes to
Yep.
Dave Schultz
Yep.
retirement fund,
and
or whatever he calls it.
and then 6 players from each facility.
Yep.
6 from Sweet Shots were chosen.
Top 6 from each.
Got it. Very nice.
You beat
Okay.
them all.
And I beat them all. Took them all
Nice.
down.
Well, and let's talk about that day. Now, so how far do you normally, what club would you hit on a 150-yard shot?
Normally I'm hitting a 9-iron, stock 9-iron.
So you spent, how much time did you have to practice? Like, okay, I qualified, show's gonna be taped this day. I mean, was it weeks or was it days?
No, it was days. It really wasn't a whole lot of time in advance. I know I went down with LJ here. We went down to the academy space and worked on a 9-iron shot.
Really grinding on the 9-iron shot.
We did. We grinded. I wanted to win it. And then I get out there that day and we had 50-mile-per-hour gusts straight into us, and then I ended up hitting a 5-iron. So
Wow.
It is pre-recorded. We recorded it last year,
yep, last
September,
September.
and that day was not enjoyable at all.
No.
Like at all. Like you said, you were prepping for a 9-iron, you hit a 5-iron.
Yeah.
150 yards. And I was having dinner with Emily last night, and I told her that. I said, Emily, this was a crazy day. I mean, I hit 6-iron from 150 yards. She goes, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what that means. I
Right.
said, well,
Trust me.
trust me, it's crazy, you know.
No, it was one of those days where you probably wouldn't have played golf. It was too windy. I mean, we play in wind here. If you're going to play golf, you're going to play in wind in the valley. But it was one of those days where you go, let's just watch football today.
Yeah.
It was, you had been very hard nosed. So what was the final distance on your shot that you had to the pin?
It was 23-1.
23 feet, 1 inch.
Yep.
Now, we should mention they give the co-host of the show, the pro that's on the co-host. Do we know who co-hosted that show? Do you remember?
Yeah,
who
we do.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched it. It was this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Decorated golfer.
Yep. Collegiate.
NCAA collegiate.
Athlete.
If you watched the episode, it was more of Lucas's show than mine. I think really he was on it.
You had a pro tip.
He did, yeah.
Solid pro tip. I was
It was.
practicing that in the living room.
I mean, I thought it was very practical for people.
Yeah. So did you hit some shots, LJ? Then did you hit?
Because the pro,
Oh, it was too windy. Why would I hit shots?
if the pro hits the green, then everybody's like donation to the charity doubles or
Yep.
something like
It's
that.
another
Oh.
$250 to the charity of the winner.
How did your pro do that day, Nick? That co-hosted your show.
He tried really hard. His effort level was up there.
Yeah. He hit good shots. They just happened to miss the green.
Yeah,
not
I was,
quite as good
I
as
was
you.
off the green by
Not
about.
You had the right. Did you hit the 6?
I hit 6-iron.
You had the
tried
right
to do a
club in
little-
your hand. You felt right.
Felt good. My mistake was I was trying to play a cut, and the wind just held it up and it never moved. And you only get 2 shots, so I'm not a guy that likes to see my ball go left. So
Okay.
you probably had to play a draw that day, and I didn't want to do that. So missed the green.
All right.
So
And your charity of choice. Who
Yep.
who benefited from your
For Love of Dogs.
Love of
The
Dogs?
dogs benefited.
Very good.
And how much money did they get?
So, for winning the episode outright, they won $1,000. And then the winner got 2 putts from 20 feet
Yes.
after they had determined the winner.
Okay.
If you drained the putt, one of the 2 putts, it would double the money charity.
Wow.
And then the second putt I ended up making. So
Well, so yeah, we
Love of
just
Dogs.
watched this. The first putt, good pace.
Yeah.
Your towards was off.
yep, just a little right.
Little right. So you learned from it.
Yep.
So talking, are you guys like plumb bobbing? Are you guys scheming?
Yeah, so they
take a look at this.
scheming's harsh, but yeah, definitely I went into full caddy mode
Yeah, he
for
did.
him.
Did
over
you?
there.
Well, they
Yeah.
let
You
us.
read it?
Yep, let
Okay.
us do a test putt, and then
Okay.
before, and then Lucas gave me the pro line, and I just had to drain it.
And it looked like somebody above might have helped keep the pace of that putt go. That second one. I thought it was
that
too
second
short.
one.
It was final roll.
Yep.
It's just
kept going.
Yep.
right
Into the wind.
Into the wind. I thought it was going to stop at least 3 different times. I was like, it's
And it kept
it's
going.
still going.
But my favorite part was just the Tiger-esque fist pump right at the as it fell.
But they missed it.
They didn't.
It aired like right after, so like the credits roll, and then it was like part of their bloopers that they showed the fist pump, and I didn't see it, but I saw the second half.
Because Dave made mention, the host made mention of the fist pump.
Yeah.
How about the fist pump?
I was pumped. I don't know, just the fact that I thought it was going to stop so many times, and then
Yeah.
it just kept going. Like, this is incredible. It goes in. And,
Well, one of the neat things, and you're relatively new to golf.
yeah.
I mean,
Yep. I've only,
serious golf.
yeah. I've really only been swinging for about 4 years now. It's about my fourth year.
Mm-hmm.
But you're an athlete, and in that situation, you stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit the shot, and then you make a putt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stuff. You could put a tour player out legitimately. I mean, somebody
We did.
could even be well, and they're not going to hit the green, and they won't make the putt.
Yeah.
And you stepped up and did that. I mean, that's a
pretty
credit
That's
to
fun.
just your raw athleticism, Nick,
Yeah. Thank
or
you.
dumb luck.
Yeah, I just closed my eyes. It's long, yeah.
Dumb luck.
Where'd that one go?
So funny. So for the listeners, Nick would be my son. So we're all related here.
Yep.
Of course, Grandma Johnson was super proud after watching the airing of the two of you, so she had to call me.
Yep.
11:15 at night. I'm still awake because I watch it, and she had to remind me. In the family, she's the only other one that's made the putt on that Hole in One show.
Oh, no kidding.
She was on when Jim Adelson used to host it.
Sure.
And she drained the putt as well.
Hmm.
Did you remember this, Mark?
Now that you say that, I remember making the putt, but I didn't remembered it till you said it.
Yeah, and at that time, everybody putted.
They did.
I'm not sure why they changed the format or not, and it was a timing deal, but she said in her group she was the only one that make the putt. And I think Grandpa was never, I don't even think he ever made the show, did he?
Oh, no, he was on the show.
He was on the show. He
I was
never
on
hit
the
the
show.
green.
I was on the show with him twice.
He never. Grandma was telling me he'd been on the show multiple years in a row, but he'd never hit the green.
He never hit the green.
He's so frustrated. He's just a good player, and you get up there. Well, and I mean, that's where anything can happen. There were a couple other good players on our team that didn't hit the green.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Were you nervous?
Not as nervous as I thought I'd be.
Okay.
Before I was up on the tee, I was nervous.
Yeah.
When I saw the first couple golfers hit, the nerves kind of settled a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, when I was up on the tee, after my first shot, I was a little more nervous. I don't know if you can tell in the episode, but I struggled to get the ball out of my pocket, the second ball. But I think they kind of cut out, like, started shaking a little bit. Yeah, they edited it out. Like, I can't get the ball out of my pocket. And I'm standing there like, oh gosh, this is awful.
Need a little help here.
Like, how long have I been up here? But
It is different to be on TV hitting shots.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
yeah, I just thought to myself, just go through my pre-shot routine and just like I'm playing out
Yeah.
in the backyard.
There it is.
Yeah,
I think David does a nice job watching the program. And
it is a nice show. They do a really nice job. The quality's up there, and
Yep.
I guess I was more worried watching it. I was more worried for the cars that he had conveniently planted short
They
and
were-
to the right
Oh,
off
they were
the
in
tee box.
They're in shank range.
yeah.
I know we don't like to say that word, but
Were they really?
Yeah.
that was the first. That's what I was thinking.
Your
When
first
I
shot.
get there, I'm like, so where do we tee off? Because it can't be right here. These guys are way too close.
Somebody move the cars, please.
Yeah.
No, and for folks that want to watch that show, it's available on like that website.
On their website, yeah, the plug for them is gonna be theholeoneshow.com, I believe is what it is.
Out on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
The same.
Okay.
All in one show.
Yeah, it's a nice job. They do a really good job. Hopefully,
Yep.
the next season's a bit warmer, a little nicer weather. But that was tough going on that episode.
Will we do qualifying again here?
I'm sure we will. Yep.
When he goes
Excellent.
through it.
I think actually I co-host the finale
Yeah,
You
you
don't
know,
remember?
Championship.
Yeah.
You did.
under the lights.
Yeah, you used my clubs to hit your shot.
Yeah, I didn't know I had hit a shot.
Yeah. Boy.
And all of a sudden, I didn't bring my clubs, so I used your
You
clubs.
used my clubs. Yeah.
We can't tell them how I did.
No,
Is this
spoiler.
pre-Mizuno?
Pre-Mizuno.
So it's ping. You're hitting a ping.
Yeah, that's right. You put me on the spot, hitting shots cold in the dark. I had all the excuses. Bad knee, not my clubs.
Oh, so you didn't make the hole run?
Well, we don't know that.
Okay.
You'd think I'd remember that. But nice job, Nick.
Yep,
You really
that's awesome.
represented Sweet Shots, yourself,
You did.
the family.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody in your family can golf at
Someone.
least. That's cool.
One of us could represent.
Oh, poor Zach.
So there's plenty we could talk to you about, but you and the co-host here, you have a big endeavor, athletic sports endeavor coming up.
Yeah.
A week from Saturday. Oof.
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's already here.
Not many people in the world have done what you're gonna do. I mean, you got Everest.
Yep.
I don't know what, swim the English Channel.
Sure.
We'll throw the moon too. Yeah.
A lot of guys walked on the moon,
Golf.
Not many.
and then complete a marathon.
Big marathon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal anyway. Yeah.
So, where are you guys at mentally? You prepared? Do you feel ready? Because right now they say the hay should be in the barn. There's no more. You're not planting more hay or gathering more. If you haven't done it by now, if you don't have that golf swing when you show up on the range the day of the tournament, Chuck, you're not going to find a new
Forget
swing.
about it.
Yeah. So where are you guys at? Where do you feel?
I'm so personally like where I'm at. I know I can get through it. Whether there's certain things I can do to make it better for me, but I know the next day after, the day after that, and probably the third day after, I'm going to be in a world of hurt.
That's the right attitude.
By the way, we're moving your grandmother the day after
we were
marathon.
gonna share that with you, but that's the date that works.
Okay, great.
3 flights is
3 flights.
No,
Yeah.
seriously. So
I
your
think,
goal.
yeah, no,
So LJ, if I were to simply, what's your goal?
complete it.
Okay.
Good
Cross
goal.
the finish line.
Yeah.
That's your first marathon. That should be the one and only goal.
Yep.
Finish
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So having not run one before, in your prep, what's the longest run you've done to date?
We did 20 miles on Saturday.
You guys just did a 20.
Yep.
Okay. So mentally now, you're like, I've done that, check that box. Give me 6 more.
Yep.
You feeling pretty good about that?
Yeah, I think the big thing is going to be nutrition and hydration as
Okay.
well. I think if
Can I hand you beers along the way?
Yeah, it's encouraged actually. That's what they do.
Bananas and beers.
Bananas and beers.
I'll cut them in half like grandma.
I ran with Matt Ensign Twin Cities Marathon, and they were handing out beers down the stretch, and he stopped and had a beer.
Yes.
Other than the carbonation,
Yeah, get some
you know, but energy is energy.
That's right.
Yeah. Bicyclist in the Tour de France, they'll recover with a Coca-Cola. Soda.
Oh. Okay, so LJ, it's to finish.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah,
what's your goal?
to finish as well.
Okay, same. Okay.
Yep.
Do you guys have a time goal? Like, is it, hey, I want to be under X, or is that not even within your wheelhouse?
We have a pacing goal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like for my time goal, if I can complete it in the same amount of time it'll take me to play a tournament around of golf, I'll be good.
Okay.
Just in my mind,
That
that's
Oh, that's
then
a good
I'm
perspective.
Dang.
then I'm not like
That's not that bad.
I'm not
No.
wasting time. But if I'm gonna go play an 18-hole round of golf with a full golf course, it takes about 4.5, 5 hours. That's probably where I'm gonna be at.
Okay. Huh.
Hmm.
So is the goal to run together?
That would be the goal.
That is the goal.
That is the goal. Okay.
We're on that 10-minute pace kind of been planning for, been training for that.
Do you realize how many people have attempted to do what you've done, and they kind of maybe didn't do all the training, and then it doesn't go well? But you guys have done the training.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, we've been.
Remind us, when did you start?
We started. It would have been right around the hole-in-one show when it aired.
Yeah, because it was
September?
September.
Holy
fall.
cow.
August, end of August, beginning of September. It's been about 7 months now.
We started with a 32-week plan or something like that,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of extended off of that.
Mhm.
And that's what's rewarding about the marathon. The marathon day is just kind of the cake, right?
Yep.
It's all the work. It's you reap the benefits of all the work that you did to get there.
And that's like my big thing was the training, getting up in the morning and training, and then especially with the weather, like the last couple months have been so
Yes.
difficult because it was
Ugh.
supposed to be spring or like moderate, but it's -10 outside and there's 4 feet of
Brutal.
snow. It's like now I gotta go run on a treadmill for
Yeah.
18 miles. Like that's not fun.
To us, there's nothing worse than running inside.
Yeah.
Treadmill running.
Yeah,
Can't do it mentally,
That's gotta be tough.
physically,
I've done 20 miles on the treadmill.
Ugh.
by choice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a February marathon in Arizona and you're training up here,
Yeah.
So I watched, a few seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You find ways to pass the time, but if you can run that far on a treadmill, you can handle the day of because there's way more stuff going on in a marathon that will
Yeah.
occupy your mind
Yep.
than just that mind numbing on a treadmill. So you guys are going to be great.
So
You're going to be fantastic.
remind me, so I'm gonna come and watch, cheer you on. What time do you guys start? And Mark, are you running again?
Yep.
So the three
Scott
of you are
Johnson.
gonna run.
Scott's going to run too.
Scott's gonna run. So the 3 of you are gonna be there. You're all running in full.
Yeah.
Okay. What time does this start? What time is?
We should probably find out.
It's a great
7:30 is what I saw when I paid.
I haven't signed
paid
up
to
yet.
run.
I
When
paid
signed-
yesterday, but I didn't look.
When I signed up, it said 7:30.
You need me to be Cosmo Kramer and set the timer to get you guys there?
It's a great upside.
Go.
Yeah, I just got it. 7:30.
Just no hot coffee when I hand
You
it
know,
out.
and then the variables. What's the day like? If it's a nice, cool, cloudy day, it's going to be fantastic. If that happens to be the first day we reach 85 degrees, Katie, bar the door. There won't be enough fluids that'll make that comfortable. So there's a lot of things that are beyond your control. But
Yep.
we're running with Scott. Scott's run every Fargo marathon since the inception, and he was.
You said we. Are you planning to run with these guys?
Yeah,
Oh,
It's a family outing.
I'm caddying.
I get it.
I'm carrying-
Hey
Okay.
Chuck, what are you doing?
I
on
might
the
join
20th?
you. Can I pop in?
I'm gonna be the caddy. I'm carrying nutrition
I
and
love this.
yeah, and Scott will. I'll be there for you guys.
Beautiful.
You might need some talking to
Yeah.
later on in the.
Some coaching on
You
mile
got this.
21.
Well, I mean, the effort it takes to finish mile 20 through 26 is greater than the effort to run 1 through 20, mentally and physically. So that's where Scott and I will be there for you guys.
Okay, so as the observer, I gotta map this out and figure out key locations to come and be able to watch you guys. And if you need me to be handing you stuff, just let me know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to be key. Maybe an occasional bicycle set aside for those guys.
I'll meet you at mile 20.
Yeah.
Reminds me every time of Grandma trying to cut bananas for you in Arizona.
I said, Mom, I could use some half bananas. So they're going to be at mile 12.
Yep.
Oh, I said some Gatorade and maybe water and some half bananas. So she came with half bananas,
How'd you cut 'em?
lengthwise.
It's a long way.
Field?
That is not easy.
Not field.
Not field
That is,
awesome.
it isn't easy.
I can't imagine.
You gotta
That-
set it down. And,
Didn't Dad be like,
No,
Carol,
they-
couldn't you have just cut them this way?
That was her intention. I think Dad stopped her before she.
Yeah, she did a few. She actually told me she
Yeah.
cut a couple of them, and Grandpa was like, Carol, cut it this way. It's a
the short way.
No, I'm looking forward to this experience for you guys. You've done the work.
Yeah.
How do you think, ask Lucas, but your fitness wise and how it's affecting golf and how your golf swing and things like that? Have you played enough golf to go, geez, I feel pretty good out here? You know, down the stretch, 17, 18, gonna make a difference for you, you think?
Yeah, I mean the one tournament round that I had right qualifying for the U.S. Open, that was last week, and I mean there was some fatigue there, but I think mentally I was still sharp. I was still able to make the swings. I think I had some really good drives coming in, that 16, 17, good shots coming in, which when you're not playing a ton of golf is really easy to kind of peter out there after hole 14. So I think, and we talk about it too when we're training, like mentally we're good. Like cardio wise we're good. We can run it. It's just getting the legs, getting the physical body across the line.
Mm-hmm.
Inside we're ready to go. We're ready to I mean we'd run 50 if we could, but it's getting the physical side of things across the line. So my one thing with runs, my legs hurt a lot. Just from being, whether it's sore or I struggle with shin splints a lot, so getting over those. So the golf side of things that way, I'm excited to get this over with, so I don't have to deal with like shin splints and having to stretch for 20 minutes every morning and go from there.
I noticed LJ on the hole-in-one show. You can see it in your face. You thinned out. You've lost some weight in this endeavor
Yeah,
too.
I think-
Do you know what?
Last time I checked, it was about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
It's probably more than that now.
That's awesome.
But yeah, for me, running was the big thing was for the wedding.
Yeah.
Getting married in June, and it was I think I just walked upstairs. You guys were talking about it at guest services at Sweet Shots, and it was just kind of like maybe I could join you for that.
And this started with a few more people than you whittled down to 2, right?
Had 4 to start.
Yeah.
I remember the third, Colin, but who was the fourth?
Dalton.
Well,
Oh,
He
yes.
lasted about 2 days.
So,
I don't know how committed he was, but we had Colin for quite a while.
Mhm. Is he running at all? Is he do a 10K or
No.
5K? Okay.
It's hard.
We
It's
got
hard to
to-
navigate the injury bug. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
well, and then it's the motivation side of things. As soon as you hit that first speed bump and you take a week off or something to recover, then it's like, okay, I got to go run 4 miles or whatever in the morning. So
Is
Well,
it- Go ahead.
that's where Lucas and I were for about 2 months ago. I was dealing with a knee injury, and we had just considered, we're like, do we want to do that? I mean, both Lucas and I had stopped running for probably a 2-week period.
Sure.
We're like, is this it? Like, do we want to? We've got 2 months left to train. Do we want to push ourselves and go for this, or do we want to call it now and just maybe run a half marathon? And so we gave ourselves a deadline. By this day, we make a decision. We keep training right now. We start training again and see how we feel. That day came around. We're like, let's do it. We're doing it. We're here. We've already trained for 6 months prior. Let's just do it.
And I don't know about you, but I didn't buy the back out insurance, so I'm
I didn't either.
There's a back out insurance?
Yeah, I had it in my cart, and I was looking at it. I'm like, nope, we're doing this.
I love it.
I'm out.
The commitment.
Is the 10K that morning too, or is that the night before?
10K is that morning. 5K is the night before.
So 10K. So what time do they know I'm there? Could I still sign up for a 10K?
Yep, I'm sure you probably could. Yep, 10K, 5K, 10K, half marathon.
There's a dog run.
Yeah, there's a dog.
So I need a dog?
Couples partner run.
How about my cat?
We get a cat to run on the
Bring-
dog
just,
race.
just do a dog run, but sign you and Zach up.
No, it's a great community event.
Yep.
Really excited for you guys. You put the work in. It will be fun. You will be uncomfortable, but in the end, that reward of finishing will far outweigh any pain you endure. So,
We're gonna move a bunch of boxes.
Best of luck. No, it's all good.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up that first section. That's great to be back here, getting going with that. On the flip side, we're gonna have some DFS talk. Nick, you're gonna stick around. You're gonna get into that. You're somewhat of a gambler yourself,
Oh, yeah.
I believe. So you've got some valuable experience to share there, and we're gonna get into. We've got talk about the Wells Fargo, and then we're breaking into the AT&T Byron Nelson. So it should be a great week of golf coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
this segment brought to you by Sweet Shots Outdoor Terrace. It's summer at Sweet Shots. We waited all winter. It's finally here, and the terrace is open. Meals, beverages, great views and sunsets, even live music Thursday nights. It's the terrace at Sweet Shots. Find your friends, get them over here, and enjoy some great outdoor music and food at the terrace. We'll see you at Sweet Shots.
Yeah, that terrace. That's I don't know. It was like torture once the snow started melting, and we had to wait another couple of weeks before we could get out there, clean it off. But that's nice. We were out there last week. It's, oh my goodness,
Love it.
Brings back a lot of good memories.
And we're gonna roll the happy hour specials up there, 3:30 to 6, half price apps and beverages. So
It's a great place.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Come on.
Hey,
out.
I should mention,
Yeah.
I'm excited, probably starting next week, we have a partnership with Dakota Magic Casino.
Yep.
And so some of the things we're gonna be doing, we partner with them on, so we're excited to bring them on, Sweet Shots and Dakota Magic, partnering on some things. They have a great golf course down there, a lot of fun.
Great golf course with great sports book. I mean, Mark and I, we stopped down there on the way back from
Love
Sioux
it.
Falls.
I think we got to take this
Jake's
show on the
a
road.
regular.
We will.
I've
Well,
never
we
been on
tried.
sports
Well, we
book.
tried, and then Mother Nature said, "Yeah, maybe next year."
The interstate was closed every time we tried to schedule something
Next
down
week's the PGA Championship.
there. Ooh,
It's true. When we were there, we couldn't bet on it though. We didn't have. They had the U.S. Open.
They do now.
they might be on the road.
Okay, yeah,
We might be on the road next week.
next week.
But, yep.
PGA
Majors, all the majors we
We
do
got
from
it.
the sports book down there.
They don't know about this yet, but all the majors.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
we talked a little. Before we talk pros,
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about some area stuff. I know we had some of the colleges wrap up, but the high schools kicked off. I know you mentioned we had our we hosted out here a couple weeks ago.
pretty unique event. I don't know anywhere else in the country that's doing this. I haven't heard of it.
I think most of the country can play golf on time.
Correct. Mother Nature isn't as cruel
Yeah.
to our golfers up here as they are down there. But we hosted a high school event, EDC event, a JV event, and a North Dakota Class B event, and just kind of keeping eyeballs on what's going on. It was kind of indicative, the event we held here, at least for the North Dakota schools, how they finished at this event was kind of similar to how they're playing.
It's really cool to watch them, and there's a lot of talent on that side of things too, and seeing that was a great way to kick off the season, and hopefully that's a way that we can kind of launch that moving forward as well, even if we do open up on time. So,
Yep.
but I know it's their first, as far as Class A goes, it's their first individual qualifier for the regional
Today up at Kings Walk.
at Kings Walk. They got some good weather.
Through 5 events that they played, they even went to South Dakota after and played a couple rounds after they were with us here. West Fargo Cheyenne, who won the event here, they're sitting atop first. Red River, probably no surprise. Those two schools are pretty salty. Good programs year in, year out. Fargo South sits in third. Shanley sits in fourth. And it's good to see South rebounded. Evan Booth works with, you work with him a little bit, uses our practice facilities, and Croce. He works probably with David a little bit on his putting, so he's doing quite well. Evan is sitting second individually for stroke average.
That's great.
In EDC. Number one, Andrew Wilhelm. He's leading that by about almost 4 strokes. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's really played well. Nate Pearl, of course, he's defending state champion, West Fargo Cheyenne.
He's going to UND, I believe.
Going to play UND. Yep. And Evan, we should mention, is going to University of Mary.
Yeah.
Going to play out there with one of our other staff members, Burning King.
Zach's going there.
Yep.
Spud
Wow.
going there.
Let's get that on the recognition board too.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that's fun to see those guys playing well. Zach Scarproot, Shanley sits in about 6th place. His cousin Carson Scarproot, Red River, little rivalry there, sits in 7th as well individually. So we'll keep an eye on that and try and recognize those guys as they move forward.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, playing high school myself, especially in North Dakota. I mean, it's great. It feels like the schools, they all do their announcements as far as like the activities, and golf state-wise always gets left out because it ends after school. So you get all the regular season stuff, but you don't get the postseason stuff from them. So yeah, keep an eye on that. A lot of good talent over there, like we just mentioned, some Division 1, Division 2.
So you mentioned North Dakota side, but let's call out Spuddies. I saw yesterday they won wherever they were. I was trying to.
Bemidji.
Was it
I
Bemidji?
thought.
I saw
It was
Coach
either
Brady.
Bemidji or Brainerd. I can't remember.
I think they had the medalist, Grammer, I believe.
Yep, Matt Grammer, his first win.
Yep.
He was runner-up here
Yep.
That's
that
right.
day.
Yep.
Lost in the playoff.
Lost in the playoffs, so he's third.
Third, technically. Tied for second, lost in the playoff.
And I believe the team won up in
Yep.
Bemidji. So
See that.
Coach Brady's got him playing well.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to it, and again, whether it's the partnership with the Dakota Junior Golf Association or all these little tours that are popping up, or this facility, I think that just access to golf.
Yes.
There's a bug for people, and they want to be part of it, and even seeing some of the talent on the girls' side of things. Working with a couple gals from Moorhead and some Cheyenne.
Yep.
And, I mean, there's a lot of talent in the area, so
There
it's
is.
just something to keep an
It's
eye
not
on.
much.
It's
It's great to see a lot of them in here working on the game.
Yep.
Using the
Access.
facility.
Access.
Before we pivot, one more call up. It's kind of fun to call up. I saw one of our own, Riley Swenson, who used to work here last year. He's been out at ASU.
Yeah.
He announced he's coming back. He's going to work for WDAY as a reporter. I saw that on Twitter. So good for him.
He's a great guy, and
Great guy.
he's got a voice made for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know he was doing some play-by-play stuff down there at ASU, and
Yep.
I think he did the ASU UND game.
The hockey game in
The
Vegas.
hockey game in Vegas.
Yeah.
he did.
For the school. He's a great guy, and wish him all the best. So
Yep. Hope to see him around here again.
Yep, have a good time. But getting into a little bit of the pro side of things, we were at Wells Fargo Quail Hollow last week. Some good golf down the stretch. This was an elevated event, but I would say this is probably the first one that didn't feel like it. Personally, when I was watching it,
Agreed.
it was the first one that didn't quite feel like it. I mean, you had Spieth missed by a ton. I mean, you almost didn't think he was in it.
Yeah.
Rahm wasn't there. Rory missed the cut. Or Rory was like T50. He barely made the cut and struggled. But a lot of the big names just kind of faltered. And so he ended up with a Wyndham Clark getting his first win of his career, taking home $3.4 million. And I think if I saw correctly, he's one of 5 people in the last 2 years to have 19 strokes gained on the field from tee to green.
Is that right?
19. I think Tony Finau was the next. He was just above him, and then there was like a couple in the 20s. But he played really well, right? So just because it didn't feel like an elevated event doesn't mean it was bad golf. There was still really, really good golf playing or being played, and Wyndham deserved to win. But there again, you look at it. I think he won by like 5, and so it just
Over
didn't.
5,
It just didn't quite have the.
He
Rock
was
'em.
last.
Yeah, it didn't really have the rock and sock 'em robots that we're used to with the elevated events. But for me, the most exciting thing is our boy Ricky Fowler
Mm-hmm. In the top 50.
with a
He is.
T14 finish, got himself back in the top 50
Love it.
in the world for
Love
the
it.
first time in like 2.5 years.
Yep.
I mean, he's a serious contender now, and I think I saw that if he, I think remains in the top 60 after this week, he gets in the U.S. Open.
Ooh, that'd be great.
So
He's got to make
things are
smarter
looking up.
choices, though. Did you see him grab the snake with his club?
I did see that.
Nah, don't be doing that.
Do you think he knew the kind of snake he was getting into, or is that just one of the deals where it's just
Boy.
like, I'm gonna
I don't know.
poke the snake?
Even if I think I know what kind of snake it is, I'm not doing that.
Was this ball even there? Or why did
I
he
don't
move the
know.
snake?
I don't know. No. You got people for that.
Like,
Well, that's like
Yes.
that's like on a lesser note at the KX Amateur last year, or I guess not KX, the Red River Pro or Red River Amateur. I was caddying for Nate DeZiel. There was a big box turtle in the fairway right on the green walking through his line. Nate didn't want to touch it. I had to go move it. The caddy had to go move it.
No.
As a player, you're gonna aggravate a snake.
Not a chance. Anyway, okay.
Yeah. So Ricky Fowler inside top 50. That's awesome. I think
Love it.
we've all been waiting for that for a while, and well deserved. So things are trending for Ricky.
I had a team that scored over 500 points last week. And I know it's not an official event for us.
It'd
All
be like
six players.
it'd be like an exhibition match.
Exhibition match. I just wanted to keep my skills sharp, and over 500 points. Nothing.
Well, from what I heard earlier, it sounds like they're trying to ice you. They put a hold on it, but it didn't stop you.
No, I've been still hitting
Still
balls.
going.
I've been still practicing.
Reps. It's all about
Good.
reps.
All right.
This week,
So, key stats. Have you did a little homework
for
for this particular week?
Well,
Have you
I was
done-
going to lead off the big news of
Okay.
the week is Jordan Spieth
Yep.
is out.
Yep.
He had the left wrist injury, and it did not give a timetable for return, which is too bad because he was really, he took you on a ride there for a while at the Masters. I think he was second at Harbor Town, lost in the playoff. I mean, you just thought, this is it, he's back, Spieth's back.
Mm-hmm.
He misses by $1 billion and then withdraws.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden PGA's in question. So what do you do there? There's no timetable. So that's big because this is in front of this is a home tournament for him. So that's big news there. That was my big breaking news of the day on that one. As far as key stats, I know this one is the big change that they made to the golf course, and this is at TPC Craig Ranch. The 12th hole is now playing as a long par 4 instead of par 5. So it's par 71, not 72. So it kind of changes some of the scoring side of things there. But it is 7,400 yards, so bomber's paradise here this week. I also have a note for a putting contest week. Just through the greens complexes, and it's, you get your ball striking in there. I'm trying to get all my notes in order here. So you got your long course. Stats say 11th longest course on tour, but it has the 8th widest fairways. So you're not exactly challenged off the tee other than distance.
Sure.
But the wind can blow in Texas, so.
Yeah, that would be the one factor. And then the par 5s are all reachable, and all your par 3s, well, 3 of your par 3s are over 215 yards. So you're going to get, I would say ball striking is probably going to be a big one here, approach play. And that's where if you can get yourself in contention with the irons, and that's where my key player, one of them would be Tom Hoagie. He took a couple weeks off as a start of four in a row, and he's been a ball striker. Not the longest, but he's a ball striker. I think he could at least make a cut. So.
Yeah, I like it, LJ. In just doing my homework here, it's this is only the third time. I think there's been 2 prior events here. This is the third event. Third time it's been hosted there at this course. Strokes gained approach and strokes gained putting are the 2 metrics that I'm leaning on. Hoagie, yeah, you throw out Tom's name there. I like the approach side. A little nervous on the putting.
Yep.
As he was sitting in that seat where Nick's at, he mentioned big greens.
Struggles with
Big greens. These are some of the bigger. I hope he does great. Hope he wins, but
Just hit it closer.
That's a good start. Yeah.
it's a great idea.
Probably hasn't even thought of that.
Somebody texted.
Yeah.
Someone should
Got
let
an
him know.
idea. Putting's easier if it's closer. You text me. Anyway, okay. Yeah, a lot. Often I go off of course history,
Yeah.
but since this is only the
Third time.
Well,
I don't have it as high, but
yeah,
the guy's won it twice.
Go off course history. You got KH Lee, who's
Back to
two-time
back.
reigning champ. They've only played it here 2 times, and he's won it
Cool.
both. Hard to say them when
KH Lee.
he's won it every time, right?
That's a good.
What's his value? KG.
9.93.
Yeah, 9-3. Sorry.
little spendy, but for a 2-time winner on 2 events, I mean,
Chuck, what do you
talking
think?
like he's got him on his squad.
no, I don't even that.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Chuck, what do you think
Got him.
owner percentage of KH Lee is going to be?
It's gonna be
It's
high.
gonna be high.
Is that something where you got to fade off of that? So
No, I don't think it's going to be that chalky where he's the top, but for that value, I'm nervous in that for 93, he better finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
And I think he's kind of boom or bust, right? He's either going to win or he might not even make the
Might
cut.
not,
Yeah.
What's the recent form on him? Do we know?
I haven't looked. Click on his name, it'll tell you.
KH Lee.
It's a picture.
Okay.
You know, obviously the most expensive is Scotty Chef, as he should be.
Yep.
But I saw something now. He's got, I think it's like 15 straight events where he's been in the top 20.
Lee finished tied for third last week.
Did he?
KH Lee, yes.
I'm not saying.
I have an 8th place.
It says update on 5-7. Lee moved into a share of third place after his 3 under 69 in the final round of the Wells Fargo Championship.
Then if you go to the game log, Wells Fargo Championship, position 8.
Lee had a very nice all-around week, ranking T20 in driving accuracy, 6th in GIRs, 10th in scrambling, and 3rd in strokes gained putting.
There you go.
Lee is now starting to
Metrics.
trend back to the right direction with 5 straight made cuts and 3 top 25 finishes that stretch. You can't ignore him going to Craig Ranch next
Who's
week.
my guy? Is the captain of my squad?
Oh,
right?
we're spoiling
I'm
Nick's
saying, but-
lineup.
He
Sure,
was-
everyone add him to your team.
I'm not adding him. I'm
Everyone
not
add
adding him. I'm going to go against the chalk.
I am. I'm definitely not that guy.
Okay.
I'm not shy about that.
Are we diving in?
Yeah, we can dive in unless you had anything to add.
I don't. It's the week ahead of PGA Championship,
Mhm.
so there's always some risk, and I'll talk about Hideki as a guy.
Yeah.
Hideki hasn't played in a while. Doing a little research on him, he was back home in his homeland, getting a little work done on his neck.
Oh,
He's been battling that bad neck. He's in the lineup or in the to play the field this week. There's a situation where if he gets out slow and he's not playing well,
see it, a little WD.
he could be a WD on you to get ahead of the PGA Championship. So there's risk there, but there's also reward because guys are going to not play him for that very reason.
Right. All right. Well,
Jumpy over there since he's
since he says he's doing
Yeah,
so
my
great.
team that threw a curveball on my team here, so I'm trying to get in good stead.
good looking for Rory Sabatini.
Yeah, is Rory not playing this? He usually plays with this hat and
It's
stuff.
too
This is-
windy. It's too
too
windy
windy.
for his fedora. He
Yep.
can't play.
Who's the next oldest student?
I don't even know.
Bernard Langer playing?
I just found it. I just found a value at 6,000. I want to explain what that's all about.
All right, Chuck, you go first.
I'm
You're
going.
looking it up.
You know, I got all day. I'm gonna piggyback off of somebody who I thought played really well last week, and he's always a cut maker. He's 10-10. Adam Scott.
I like that.
I think Adam's peaking, so I
Yeah,
like Adam.
good call.
Thank you.
Adam Scott.
And then I like this guy. He's just a bulldog. He's right there in the top 15 every week. He plays with an attitude. Tyrell Hatton.
Yep.
Okay, so he's
He was running hot last tournament.
He's a
He
character.
was- ooh, he looked irritated. And did you hear his deal? Like he hit it over the green in the bunker. He's like, I can't get a break.
I love that.
You just
You love it.
you just hit it over the green. Now, what kind of break are you looking for?
It's on you.
I think there might be some locker room drama with this team now.
Oh, yeah.
With that.
Just wait. And then I got Minwoo Lee. Minwoo. He's going to be the shocker here. And a lot of people think, Minwoo Lee. Wait, he's an Australian. Windy in Australia.
Mhm.
I'm banking
He
on
also
him.
hits it a mile.
He hits it a month. Okay.
Mhm.
Then I went some guys that are playing the strokes gained approach. Stats are off the chart right now. Eric Cole. He's playing well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go out and watch. Okay.
There you go.
And then of the woos, I'm going Dylan Woo. There's a couple of
Okay.
woos.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by the other woo. You want the Dylan
You're
Woo.
going Dylan Woo.
Yep.
This is strokes gained approach.
Huge on that.
Yep.
And then my last one, Michael Kim.
Mhm.
He's made 7 in a row cuts. Guys, this is the winning lineup.
All right.
I like it.
Thank you.
That sounds good.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, Mark. Now it looks like you got a team set.
Yeah, and I made the move of all moves. So I didn't think about the past champion, especially now he's trending. I'm definitely going with the past champion. Scheffler, I'm putting him on team. Texan, the guy's the best player.
He is.
He's the best player out there. JJ Spawn, dude plays well in Texas. Really well in Texas. He might be Texan.
Might be.
Johnny or Jimmy Walker. He's
Jimmy
been
Walker.
a little bit out of since he had what do you call it when you get bit by a tick? Lyme disease. He's
Yeah.
overcome that. He's actually playing really good golf this year. Value at 7,100. He's a Texan.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Texas.
Didn't have him on my squad. I changed him out. But
And then the fellow Justin Suh, rookie, solid value too. He's 14 of 18 cuts made at 7,600.
I want to hear the 6. Do you
And then,
actually have a
yeah.
6 on your lineup?
A 6,000 player. I have spoke to this person personally about golf entertainment centers. He played college golf at TCU. Friends with Dave Schultz, Andy Doden, JJ Colleen. That's right, folks. He started the
He's playing in this?
4 golf
Yeah.
in
Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas, and instructs. I still believe he's an instructor there, and he must have qualified through the Texas PGA and or the Monday qualifier.
Are they letting caddies play?
Because JJ, he can play. This guy can play.
Okay.
this is the guy that says that he is not rusty.
Right.
I think
Come
we
on.
got to him, Chuck.
And
thought
he's a Texan. So I went with Texans and the guy that won the last 2 years.
All right. I like
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
all
what do you
right.
think?
Yeah.
That's something.
Solid.
All right, Nick, you're gonna go last, so
Okay.
I'll take it off. Okay, so I went with Tom Kim to start it off.
Mhm.
Tom Kim, big Tom Kim guy. Then I went with the KH Lee. I switched it out. Tough not to. Then I went with the Mr. Tom Hoagie. Good putting week. He's had a couple weeks off to work on the putting.
Plus he's just going to hit it closer.
He's
so.
just gonna hit it closer. Then we got little Stefan Jaeger.
Ooh, yes.
I believe that's more of a recent form pick.
Yep.
Then we're going Adam Shank, cuts
Yeah,
made,
it's a-
recent form,
Yeah.
and rounding out with a Mr. Eric Van Royen. He's
Really?
been playing. He had a hot start
Go for
a
it.
couple weeks ago. Couldn't close it out, but he had a hot start.
Okay.
So that's my squad.
Good luck.
Sticking to it. Safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you
All right,
got?
newbie.
All right. Obviously, starting off a KH Lee.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Casual
a guy.
squad.
Okay.
2-time champ. Riding the Adam Scott train.
Oh.
Chuck over here.
Yep.
10 to 10 cuts. Dude doesn't miss a cut. Then we got Christian.
Gazoon,
Yeah, Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. Then we're going little cheaper route. We got Bryce Garnett, 6,900. He's strokes gained. He's my strokes gained guy.
Okay.
So had to save some money with my 2 top guys there, and then Scott Stallings,
The real Scott Songs.
real.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's
we're rounding
sneaky.
it out with Seamus Power.
Oh,
Man,
yes.
yeah. He's
I'm
a-
surprised
And
neither of you guys had him
bonds it.
on there.
Yeah,
And
it's
he's
far.
He played better last week.
Yeah, playing pretty good right now.
Mark's gonna change his lineup now.
Seamus, that's a good
Seamus.
I
pick.
like that guy. He's good in the wind.
Yep.
Ireland.
That's
Nice
solid.
job.
Yeah.
For a rookie
I'm
coming
here
in
to play.
here.
I'm here to play, guys.
You already landed on second.
Yep. There we go. There we're back. Everything's back to normal here. We just wrapping up. Episode. I don't even know what episode it is now. It's been a while. We'll call it season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2. Beginning of season 2. Thanks to Nick coming in here. We're talking a little bit of everything from his hole-in-one show celebrity appearance to some marathoning. So,
Marathon. Yep.
we touched a little bit of everything there. We got in some golf. Best of luck to the high schoolers this week and moving forward. Best of luck to you guys on the DraftKings.
Yeah, back at you.
You're gonna need it. All right, that's gonna do it for us here at Sweet Shots. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.